Hi guys, it's Dr. Michaela. So today we're going to be talking about a bunch of different birth prep mobility exercises that you can do when you get to be about 35 plus weeks pregnant to help open the pelvis, get some mobility in your back, your low back, open up the pelvic floor to help with better engagement of baby into the pelvis as well as getting ready to give birth. So first off, you're going to need a birth ball. So let's talk about birth ball basics. You want a birth ball blown up so that you are not sitting further down than your knees, okay? I don't want your butt further down from your knees. I want you to sit on top of it and have your knees be either parallel with your hips or your hips above your knees. I'll show you what that looks like from the side. Hips above the knees. So the first exercise we are going to talk about are pelvic tilts. Pelvic tilts are going to be all from this area, your pelvis. So something that I want you to think about is your tailbone. Your tailbone's that bottom bone of your spine. What I want you to think about is pulling that tailbone underneath of you and then pushing it behind you. A big mistake that I see a lot of moms make with this is they only engage the movement from their low back. I want you to think of engaging the movement from your hips. So this is what it looks like from the side. You're gonna pull the tailbone underneath of you, then press it behind you. Pull underneath, press it behind you. Really wanna get that movement through the hips. Another thing you can do with the pelvic tilts is to start doing figure eights. So this motion with your hips. So you can get that side motion, really exaggerate from the sides. Think about moving the hips up and down like this. This is what it looks like from this angle. And with all of these exercises, you can do about 30 seconds to 1 minute of each of the exercises. So those two were the pelvic tilts and the figure eights on the ball. Next, we're gonna do hip internal rotations. Now, if you think about hip internal rotation, that means that your hips are doing this motion. When we do that with both of our hips, the back side of our pelvis opens up to help increase mobility and space for baby to engage and help with birth preparation. We're also gonna do this one on the ball. What I want you to do is picture only moving your knees. So we're gonna bring the knees in and come back and forth with the knees. This one you might feel a little bit in your low back, in through those butt cheek areas. But when we do that internal rotation, those muscles of the glutes and the pelvic floor are relaxing and opening up for baby. Speaking of hip internal rotation, now we're gonna get down on the ground, but we're still gonna use our birth ball. So next, we are going to do a child's pose with hip internal rotation. So to start off with, I want our hips right underneath of our knees, our hips and our knees to be stacked. Then I want you to think about bringing your feet to the sides of your hips so they go outward like this. Then I want you to sit back into this position. It might be a little uncomfortable on your hips, so you can move it out and do it a few times. You can use your arms on here to help lower yourself back, and we can do these little rock back positions here. If you don't like going back and forth, you can get the birth ball out of here and just place the hands down and stay in this internal rotation position. When you're in this position, I want you to think about deep belly breathing and almost breathing into your pelvic floor. A good cue I like to tell women is to breathe through your rectum. So I really want you to feel that breath go all the way down into your pelvic floor. It's gonna help soften those ligaments and those muscles through the pelvic floor. Biggest thing with this one is I want you to make sure that your ankles are wider than your knees. The next motion we're gonna do are called adductor rockbacks. Our adductor muscles are our middle thigh muscles. These are gonna be really engaged when we have pain in the pubic area, pain that travels up into the round ligament. So we're gonna open this area. This is gonna be another really great hip opener for you guys. So when you're down on the ground on your knees, I want you to kick one leg out straight. You can kind of play with the placement of your ankle if you want it straight up or if you want it on the side. You'll feel a deep stretch through your groin area, and then I want you to sit back into it. And again, we're gonna do these rock back positions. I'll show you what that looks like on the other side. So you can probably do about a minute of these equally on both sides, or 5 to 10 on each side. Next, we're gonna do what I call Captain Morgans. So you are going to use one leg forward, one leg back. This is gonna be another good one for the groin area, opening up the hips. So you can start with both knees underneath of you. You're gonna put one in front of you. Then you can kind of use the ball as your balance. And we're just gonna rock back and forth here. It's okay if knee goes over the toe. We're just increasing the mobility in the hips here. And we'll do the other side. And if you want to, if it feels good, you can kind of rest your body on the pillow or on the ball and bend forward. You can also do this one on your couch or on a chair, standing without the ball. So you're gonna place one leg up and move back and forth. That's why it's called the Captain Morgan, because the Captain Morgan on the alcohol bottle stands like this. So we can do that on both sides. Next, we are going to either grab a yoga block, or you can do this outside on the curb. So we're gonna do some curb walking. You can place a yoga block or on your stairs on the curb. We just need an uneven surface. You're gonna place one foot on the yoga block, and then the other foot is going to be down. And I just want you to step through that top leg. If you think about it, this is gonna be the same motion as we were kind of doing on the birth ball. This is that side to side rocking of the pelvis to help baby engage into the pelvis. I want you to do that equally on both sides. If you don't have a yoga block, I encourage you to go outside next to the curb and walk across the curb. If you think about it, it's the same motion. And then I want you to turn around and go the other way. I want you to focus on pushing up through the top leg instead of pushing up through the bottom leg. So you're really gonna feel it in your quads, in your glutes. This one's gonna be a glute burner. The last one I wanna talk about is a cat-cow on a yoga block. So if you don't have a yoga block, you could do this on your stairs. You are going to place one of your knees on a yoga block, and the other one's gonna be down on the ground, and you're gonna be on all fours. You are then going to do the cat-cow motion where you pull your stomach downwards while looking up, and then push the ground away and look down. This is gonna be the cow. This is gonna be the cat. This is a really good one to get movement through your thoracic spine, so that mid-back, as well as that uneven surface of the pelvis helps baby engage, helps us open up through our glutes and relax that pelvic floor. So I'll show you what it looks like on this side. Our very last exercise is going to be a deep squat. So I really want you guys to be careful with the deep squat. If you can't get all the way down, it's okay. You can go against your countertops, hold on to something. A lot of women like to do this in the shower when it's nice and warm, if you have a bar in your shower to hold on to. And what I want you to do is get into the deepest squat position you can get. I'm using the ball here to help, but you can use a countertop, you can use a doorknob, just anything to hold on to so you don't have to hold yourself up. I just want you to relax in this deep squat position. You can rock back and forth if you want. You can sit here and take big, deep breaths. Those big, deep breaths of you breathing through this deep squat is really gonna help open up your pelvis. And this is a great position for when you're in labor as well, to relax through your pelvic floor. Breathe through those contractions and it'll feel really nice on your body. All right, guys, so that's our birth prep mobility routine. Again, you can do each of these for about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on what your day looks like, depending on how much time you have. These are really great to do at least 1 or 2 times a day leading up to the big day. If you have any questions or aches and pains when you're doing these things, drop them in the comments below. Come get a consultation at our office. These mobility exercises, along with the Webster technique and chiropractic care, are really gonna set you up really amazing for the big day and for birth and labor preparation. All right, as I said, if you have any questions, drop them below or give our office a call today.